Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. 3. Oh no, not yet, not yet, not yet. Oh shoot, this is not you. Hello everybody, it is me, Kyle, and this is Janice, and that was my water bottle, by the way. What an awkward, awful way to start off this video already, but we're not in Vegas right now, we're actually in Venice, and join us for, I don't even know what to say, it's so beautiful here, I don't even know where to begin. It is just, yeah. But yeah, let's check out Venice and see what we can see. I'm terrible at starting videos. Let's go. The canals of Venice seemed endless to me, and one way to get around was the use of water taxis, as there are no roads for cars, and on the water you'll see the splendors of Venice and why it is one of the most beautiful man-made places in this world. The place is good?
Yeah.
So it's who?
It says a lot of bloggers, locals.
Okay, let's go. One of the best things to eat in Venice, according to Janet, is this. What is this?
Cicchetti.
What?
Cicchetti.
Cicchetti. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay, which are basically seafood on some bread, but it's much more than that, right? There's different flavorings, different sauces. What are you drinking?
Prosecco. It's a regional specialty.
I'm drinking ginger beer, which is not even alcoholic. I have to admit something.
What?
When you invited me to go to Italy, I didn't want to go. But coming to Venice, I think it's pretty amazing.
Good.
I'm pretty just astonished by the architecture and just this ambiance. There's no use disputing that Venice is incredibly touristy. Droves and droves of tourists, but it's still easy enough to bypass the lines and groups by figuring out your own trip to one of the many small islands, again by water taxi. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to enjoy this beautiful small island, but it's a little bit, eerie to be alone and away from the tourists. And speaking of which, Venice is touristy, especially during the weekends and during the warmer months. But overall, there are places that you can just kind of get lost in and avoid the crowds. And so you don't always have to, be at those small places where the crowds gather. You can go to, like little islands such as these. So there are areas where there are no tourists. There's a little side alley. So we're very close to the main tourist areas. You just have to find them and kind of get lost in them and see what's available. Well, sometimes you reach kind of like a dead end like this, but nevertheless, you get to appreciate the architecture and wow, look at these homes, right? People actually still live in them today. Wow. It'd be nice to own an apartment here and kind of come back whenever you want, right? And the thing about Venice is that I don't want you guys to just be so glued on recommendations. nothing from me or TripAdvisor or anybody else. Just go exploring for yourself. I mean, look, there's like a makeshift restaurant right here, but you just kind of have to be aware of like what seems like a more touristy place, what seems like a more local place, and just try it. I mean, that's the best way to do it, right? What I recommend, what other people recommend, might not be the best thing for you guys. So look, from that abandoned area relatively to a more busy, populous place with, once again, masks, a film shop, leather goods. And another place that you could have a quick excursion from Venice is this place, Burano. Let's just say it's quite colorful. A visit to Venice would be incomplete without coming here. I highly recommend it because it offers so much in terms of unique, quaint vibes. It's really nice to kind of like sit and like, you know, sip on some wine or some Fanta in my case and eat some breadsticks. So European of me, you know. Okay, so one of the regional specialties here in this region is, that wasn't even funny, is black squid ink spaghetti. Black squid ink spaghetti, you heard it right. So they use the squid ink and they use that as a sauce for the spaghetti. Let's try it. I don't know if you guys have ever tasted squid ink, but this tastes exactly like it sounds. This is the first time I've tried this, and definitely will be the last time too. If you guys want to kind of replicate this taste at home, just take one of a black ballpoint pen. It's not that great, but I'll definitely finish it though because it is 15 euros a plate. I guess I'm not refined enough to enjoy something so sophisticated, so I'll stick with cheap pizzas, which were excellent by the way, throughout not only here, but in Europe as well. Okay, so here's a problem. We are both terrible at directions and the GPS doesn't work properly here. And so it's very easy to just kind of wander around and get lost in the middle of the night here, which we have been. I mean, we're trying to go back to the hotel and it's taken us like an hour. I mean, it's the fun part of Venice as well, right? I actually prefer Venice at night because there's less tourists, it's quieter, and there is a sense of eeriness. We just get lucky each and every single time, seriously. Like we wander and think like, huh.
Are we that way? Around the corner.
That's what we think, because that is literally water right there. Let me take a step back. Here. I was gonna walk directly into water thanks to Janet's navigational skills. This place probably had the best food I tried in Venice, despite being a takeaway place. They do make their own pastas here, and the simplicity was what made it memorable. And of course, you can customize many of the options. I already took a bite off camera because I'm really hungry. It's really good. It's for a takeaway place. It's worth the €7. It truly is. I think this could be any sit-down place. It can be any fine dining potential place. But Dal Moro, I mean, this is a great concept, especially for Venice. I think it's a great idea where you can just kind of stand out and eat in the streets at night like this in these little alleys. It's magical. For €7, it does sound a little bit expensive, right? But it's not really that much more compared to a takeaway place from America. And I don't think you can get the consistency anywhere else in Venice for that price, because you might think, well, isn't Venice really expensive? It can be, but there's also alternatives. The food that we did not show on camera that we ate were just basically pizza slices that we just ate for like, you know, 2 euros, 3 euros. So what you saw on camera is what we purposely wanted you to see on camera. So if you do go to Venice and you're on a budget like we are, you can easily just, you know, grab some pasta to go, some pizza to go, and I don't think you can get bad food anywhere. Like many times we thought, oh, this is a touristy place, but it turned out to be delicious.
And that's a wrap for Venice. I didn't want to come here, but I am so glad I did, because it has to be one of my top 5 favorite places. The canals, the architecture so close to the canals. It's one of those places where videos don't do it justice at all. You just have to come and see it for yourself. And this is why, completely why, I see why Venice is on people's top lists. I can totally see how charming and magical it truly is, not just from a contemporary standpoint, but from a historic standpoint as well. Incredible, guys, for lack of a better word. The engineering, the architectural, the artisan feats that had to all mesh together so well to accomplish something like this. All right, Janet?
Yeah, I'm trying to find directions.
Llevato in Vietnam. That's a sign. That's a sign.